Hi everyone, this is Nicole, and this video is about how to halter your horse. Today I'm using a rope halter. I really like rope halters because I believe that they communicate the best feel. I also like attaching a rope directly to the halter with no snaps involved to help communicate my feel to the horse as well. So if you haven't seen my other videos on how to tie the rope to the halter and how to tie the rope halter itself, I'll link those in the description. And feel free to please go watch those. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of it here today, but this is mostly about how I put it on the horse. So, first thing I do after I get my halter out of the tack room is I get it ready to go and untied and set up so that whenever I approach the horse, I'm not fumbling around with it to get it ready to put it on her. I don't want to create a bunch of energy right before I put it on. I want to keep everything nice and relaxed and low key. So typically I'll touch the horse a little bit on the shoulder, or if it's a horse that is a little worried, I might ask to see if they'd like to sniff me. This is a horse I'm really familiar with. So first thing is I hold everything in my left hand. Typically I have my rope over my elbow. If I'm out in the open, I can put my rope around their neck so that way I have them. So rope's on my elbow, halter's all in my left hand. My right arm touches her and then it goes around to the other side. When it goes to the other side, I'm going to hand myself the crown piece right here. So I hand myself the crown piece with the black tail on the end. Then I come down here to the knot on the left side that would go around her nose. I bring my crown piece up behind the ears. I come down here and I use my whole halter to ask for a little bit of softness. Let's see, she's thinking about it. If they move away like that, don't worry about it. Just gently guide them back. There's some sounds going on outside. Now I'm using a little bit more of my hand. There we go. And then you try your best not to hook their lips. And in this moment right here is really critical. You don't want to just rough the hair up like that. You need to lift it up, put it up on the nose, and bring the lower end up a little further as well. Now I bring my crown piece behind the ears, and this is where I tie my knot. So I put my tail down through the keyhole, and then I pinch the keyhole and part of the tail together up here. Before I tie it, I take the center knot down here under her jaw, and I shift it, make sure it's in the center. As you can see, that gives me more length, so I'm going to tighten that up just a little bit more. Now to tie my knot, I bring my tail out to the right, I use my other fingers, bring it around the back, come back across the keyhole and through the D shape. And that's how I tie my rope halter. As far as placement of the rope halter, I like it to be up on the nose decent. This is actually a touch high, so I'm gonna lower that just a hair. I don't want these knots right up against that bone, but if you feel their nose, when the bone here starts to narrow down, that's turning into cartilage. So if the halter was here, that's too low. If the halter is way up here, it's too high. So right about there is perfect. So that's how I put my halter on. Now I'm going to show you how I take it off. So when I take my rope halter off, first thing I do is I untie my knot here. And I pull the tail all the way out, but I don't take the halter all the way off. Then I might use my knots here in my crown piece and ask her to soften into it. That was really good. And then I gently take it off. So you begin with softness and you end with softness. That's really important when you're turning them loose, like in the pasture as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any comments, please leave them below, or you can email us at thehandyhorseman@gmail.com. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.